Hey Eric, I'm out here at 257 Turkey Hollow, and this is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 2664 square feet. A lot of little outbuildings on the property here. First you got this little seating area here. Little sunroom kind of thing. Right by the road here, it looks like a bus stop. Okay, this is your first of the garden areas. There's actually a couple around the property. Okay, so this is the carport here that they've been using for four-wheel storage, garden tools, that kind of thing. As you can see, they tend to park on the side of the house. Goes through to a woodshed here. I will note that these are, built well, but the materials are kind of flimsy. A lot of sheets of plywood, Strong, just looks kind of cheap. Okay, we got a working shed here. The agent referred to this as a shop, and I mean it's a woodworking shed, if anything. Okay, now back here we got a little bit of open area. If you've looked at the aerial map, you'll notice a big clearing at the north end of the property. That's what this area is. Now these are not irrigated, but they do have hoses running to them. Obviously not a permanent thing. Now this over here is just an old outhouse that they kept just because it's kind of neat, but it's not in use or anything. Don't worry, it's not the primary bathroom for the place. Okay, head down to this lower section of this clearing. It's about a difference of 10 feet in height between the upper section and the lower section. Now, half of this lot is on the hillside that goes between the driveway and Talachi Road. It's very heavily treed and, on a hillside. So about half of the property is actually this open, usable space. Incredible views, though, and if you can tell from whenever I'm not talking, it's dead quiet here. There is a campground just north of here, but I've driven through that area several times over the years, and it's always pretty tame. Not, a ton of noise from a million kids running around or something. It's a pretty tame area. Now, Mirror Lake here is electric motors only, no combustion engines, so small boats, trolling motors, that kind of stuff. So, on the opposite side of the lake here, that property is privately owned. But there's no electricity over there, so there's nobody really building. It's possible they could down the line, but as of right now, there's no electricity over there. Frogs galore around here. Okay. So, out here, as if you can see this here, it's pretty darn shallow. and definitely weeds all over the place, but it does get a little deeper as you go up past that swimming dock. I'll tell you, with all these weeds here, I wouldn't want to swim out to that swimming dock. You'd be just crawling along the weeds. So that's that campground I was talking about. And then at the south end of the lake, there's some public land over there as well. There's about 160 acres at the southern end. Okay. Now the property is spring fed for the waters, the potable water that's in the home, and there's irrigation that's pulled from the lake right here. That is not the drinking water though. But they have a couple of springs and a large cistern so that they can have their drinking water. But I would imagine that the cistern fills up pretty slowly, because I'm gonna go by these springs again because we didn't really get a good shot of them as we were cruising around. But first I'm gonna show you this upper area here. Okay. Gorgeous views though. Very peaceful spot. So this would be the nicest of the gardens that I've seen around the property. Okay. Now before we head into the house, I'm going to get a little closer shot of the springs. Okay, so water will flow down this section a little earlier on in the year. However, this one runs year round. This is not where they pull the water from. The water is pulled from elsewhere, but from what I'm told, there's about 3 to 4 springs around the property, and they're pulling it from an underground source. Nice little babbling brook. Okay, so let's head on into the home here. Okay, so I do just want to point out that this front door here, that is not the main entrance. That goes to the master bedroom. The main entrance is actually off to the right here. Laundry room / mud room for the entry. Now they said they are planning on doing some updates to this bathroom if it sits on the market for a while, as well as replacing carpet in the living room. Master bedroom. Master bath. Walk-in closet here. It's roomy and the shelving is done well. This is one of the more modern features. Okay. Now, I do want to step out on the deck for a minute to show you here, Eric. This looks pretty darn peaceful. I can imagine sitting out here with a coffee. Okay. Continuing on. Wood-burning stove. Now that's the entrance to the basement, but before we go down there, let's take a look at the loft. Spiral staircase leading up here, but it's very cute up here. Nice and bright. I actually don't have any lights on up here. You got this little bitty deck here. Okay. Steps are a little tall, so it is a bit steep there. However, you do have multiple other entrances on the lower level. Wood-burning stove, but I did want to point this out. They've got a hidden little wine cellar here. So you can see, if you didn't know this was here, you'd have to kind of look for it. Done well. Okay. So they must have extended family come and visit. I asked if it was ever used as a vacation rental, and no, it was not. Now, they are counting this area as a large ensuite bedroom. It's really another living room, but you could argue that it's a bedroom, because you do have a closed door that leads into it, its own entrance, and you've got this bathroom off the side here, 3/4 bath. This just over here is storage, not a utility room. Water heater is behind that screen. But yeah, I hope you like it. If you got any questions, give me a shout. We'll talk to you soon, Eric.